From the outside looking in, the entire MMA world can feel the tension tightening around the heavyweight division, and at the center of it all stands Tom Aspinall, a champion who has given absolutely everything to the UFC, yet somehow finds himself drowning in a wave of backlash, disrespect, and wild accusations. The headlines are already erupting with claims that Dana White is furious, that he has finally lost patience with the constant chaos surrounding the heavyweight belt, and that he is ready to strip Tom Aspinall after what some fans are calling a fake.
From an outside perspective, pressure within the MMA world is clearly building around the heavyweight division. At the heart of it is Tom Aspinall, a fighter who has consistently delivered for the UFC, yet now finds himself facing growing criticism, accusations, and a surprising level of disrespect. Reports and online chatter are fueling headlines suggesting that Dana White has grown frustrated with the ongoing instability surrounding the heavyweight title. Some narratives even claim that patience is wearing thin and that Aspinall's status could be in jeopardy, following allegation from certain fans who are questioning the legitimacy of his injury.
Has finally come out. Tom Aspinall is showing he doesn't care about the UFC and the UFC fans who have been giving him shit for a long time.
He's going at the fans, he's going at Dana White, and he's going at Ciryl Gane.
Let's go over what he said. Ciryl Gane is a cheater. He goes into fights looking to eye poke, back of the head shots. He even said John Jones, before he fought Ciryl Gane, called him a cheater as well. Then he says he's pissed off with Dana White, and he's also said he's got Brown syndrome, which is a pretty serious eye condition, which may involve surgery. He's not training right now. He just wants to get his eyes back to 100%.
And you know what? It's all warranted. Dana White, very unnecessary comments after that fight.
You know, he's very much been the nice guy, the polite Englishman, the gentleman. Now, he doesn't care. The gloves are off, and this Tom Aspinall is going to sell fights, and dare I say, he's going to knock out Ciryl Gane. He's coming in with a vengeance in the rematch.
Tom Aspinall went to the doctors, and the doctors has confirmed that he's got some issues with his eyeballs. He's got some soft tissue damage to the eyeballs, and that will happen when a 6'6" Frenchman sticks both of his fingers knuckle deep into your eyeballs, okay? So that's not surprising. But what is surprising is that he has something called Brown syndrome, which basically is where the eyes aren't moving in tandem with one another. So therefore, the eyes, which are basically cameras, right, for your brain, in case you don't know, they're seeing different images. And when you see different images, you see double, or maybe sometimes the brain cuts out one of the images so that it doesn't get confusing and you don't get headaches and stuff like that. And then, of course, when you're only seeing through one eye, you have problems with depth perception.
So for Tom, unfortunately, and even his dad said this, he's like, Tom has 3 fights left on his contract, and then we're going to get a boxing super fight. We're out of here. Because think about it. Let's say he beats Ciryl Gane, right? So we're never seeing that again. Who else would you pay to see him fight? Now it's gonna be free on
only John Jones, only.
Yeah, so he has 3 fights left. So you're gonna get Ciryl Gane. He'll get the winner of Alex John, which happened at the White House, and then maybe fight if he loses that, which he will if it's John. If he were to lose that, he fights the loser of John versus Alex. Those are your 3 fights from Tom, and then you go to box. Because let's say he's re-signed for 6 fights. Who are you gonna watch him fight? Volkov already beat him.
Are you
Pavlich already beat him.
Yeah.
Curtis Blades beat him.
Yeah.
Almeida, he doesn't deserve to be in the top 5. Acosta, those top fucking, besides Curtis Blades, 2 through 15 aren't even in the top 25 of this 2015. So for Tom,
While talk of stripping titles is largely fueled by online speculation and exaggerated headlines, the tension surrounding Dana White and the pressure on Tom Aspinall are very real. That strain didn't suddenly appear. It's been building quietly for a long time. Dana White's frustration wasn't triggered by a single incident or injury. It began much earlier, when the heavyweight championship turned into a problem he never planned on managing. John Jones vanished from competition for more than a year, just as Aspinall stepped forward. The blockbuster matchup Dana White envisioned faded away without resolution, leaving the UFC scrambling to preserve what was once expected to be one of the biggest fights in the organization's history. In the middle of that uncertainty stood Tom Aspinall, holding a title he never lobbied for, while the promotion searched for answers. And true to form, Aspinall handled it the only way he knows how. He remained professional, stayed ready, and continued to show loyalty to the company. He served as a backup, stepped into rescue events, and accepted fights on short notice. When the Ciryl Gane matchup was presented, he took it immediately, even though most people, including Dana White himself, believed the outcome was a foregone conclusion. This wasn't the showdown the UFC had hoped for. It was a stopgap solution, a form of damage control. And ultimately, that solution created new problems instead of resolving old.
Obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah, total pain in the ass, but yes.
And I mean, John is fully, other than saying, the amount, saying it's on me, it's my bad. A little surprising. It's what, 5 months later and they haven't met, they haven't talked. Like you would think, hey, can we meet? I'll fly to Vegas. Let's go out. I'll meet you in your office anytime you're ready. I'll fly to any event, whatever. Would suggest, I don't know if you guys feel otherwise, would suggest Dana was pretty pissed that he gave him his word and he backed out on the word. That's what it seems like to me. But he's continuing with this thing that he wants to be on the White House card. He wants to make it up. He wants the opportunity. Now, he doesn't want the fight. To the best of our knowledge, they never talked about an Alex Pereira fight. They wanted him to fight Tom Aspinall. And he had agreed, and then he reneged. And so there's no indication. One would think that they would see the light and say, hey, Pereira versus Jones makes a lot of sense. Jones isn't holding up a division. He doesn't have to fight anyone in particular. And Pereira could just move up and give up that title, and we could do Yuri versus Carlos Alberg. One would think that they would be interested in it. The question is, can Dana get over his disappointment, his anger towards John reneging on his word? But this was kind of the first time that John confirmed that yes, he did in fact give his word, and he did back out.
Just think about the way that Dana White talks about Conor and his participation in this card, which is where we're in lockstep. We're talking to Conor every day. It seems like there's that, and then there's the John Jones where it's like, don't want to talk about it. John Jones is the only one talking about it, completely one-sided. To me, John Jones feels like the break glass in case of emergency option for the UFC, right? Like if Conor can't do it, then you get over it, you swallow your pride, and you hit up John Jones. But until Conor McGregor's out, I feel like John's on the outs.
Still a little bit blurry. The other part of this eye is blurry, but the main thing that's bothering me at the minute is double vision.
When he's looking up and in, the left eye is going up and in extremely well. The right eye is kind of stopping. You see how the right eye is just not as high up as the left, and that's a restriction. So the eye wants to go and he wants to track it, but the more I do this, the more he's going to start aching in that upper inner aspect. And what he's going to do is, if he's in a fight situation, he's not going to be dealing with it. He doesn't want the ache in the eye, and he also doesn't want to have double. So what he's going to do is tilt his head. So that's on that side. If you look at the left, which should be matching it, so you're looking across, up, 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 as much as you can. And you can see how, again, with the right eye, it's up and out, but the left eye is just not able to go as extremely up as possible.
When I got poked in the eye, obviously, and then people were like, his eye wasn't even red. Does your eye always go red when there's something wrong, or is that?
You can absolutely lose your vision without having a painful red eye. So you don't need a red eye to have blurred vision at all. So no.
Yeah. So how long till I can train properly, spar?
It's a long road ahead, but the prognosis is guarded at the moment. I would recommend that you wouldn't fight.
Severe and precisely landed eye strike brought the contest to an abrupt halt before it ever had the chance to unfold. Almost immediately, the story flipped against Tom Aspinall. Online, criticism exploded. Fellow fighters took shots at him, and commentators reshaped the moment into a narrative of fragility. Then came the turning point. Dana White, already worn down by the ongoing turmoil in the heavyweight division, addressed the media and delivered a line Aspinall never saw coming. He chose not to continue. Those few words were enough to ignite widespread misunderstanding. They framed the situation as surrender rather than survival, fueling a wave of backlash that ignored the reality Aspinall was facing. At the time, he was dealing with impaired vision, neurological disruption, and the early signs of an injury serious enough to jeopardize his future in the sport. The perspective shifted when Aspinall finally spoke out. In a candid video update, he explained that the eye poke caused a dangerous condition where his eyes were no longer functioning together properly. The symptoms, intense headaches, disorientation, and the risk of lasting damage suddenly clarified everything. What once looked questionable now made complete sense. And with that clarity, the narrative collapsed. The ridicule turned reckless. The mockery felt cruel. The accusations of quitting were exposed as uninformed. In a matter of moments, the same voices that rushed to judgment were left on the wrong side of the truth.
He's a one-trick pony.
When you look at people talking shit online of like, oh, you know, he's ducking this guy or he's dodging this guy, they haven't seen the work that you've done in the past and how dominant you've been. We know you're not ducking this guy. I mean, talk to me about what you saw in his fight with Gane. I mean, because Gane looked like he was controlling the fight.
With Cyril Gane?
Yeah.
I believe that his wrestling and jiu-jitsu is incredibly overrated. He has a beautiful 1-2. I got to learn a lot about his patterns in his last fight. Beautiful 1-2. That's really about it. He couldn't touch Cyril Gane at all. That's the way I felt. I felt like Gane was just getting warmed up. Gane's hands was down. He's shaking his shoulders, bouncing around.
He was touching him.
That jab.
He busted him open.
He was so comfortable.
I think Tom was looking for a way out, and he took it. He needs to change his game plan.
When Tom gets hurt, he's like immediately incapacitated. It's like, you poke my eye.
He never tried to look. It was rag on the eye immediately. He doesn't have the dog in him.
Can't wait to see you compete the White House. Can't wait to see it.
I know. I really hope it happens. Dana, bro, please, bro. Please. I'm training. I feel great. I'm healthy. And I'd be so honored to represent our country. And
focus now swings back to the top, to Dana White himself. Questions are growing louder about why a champion who has repeatedly stepped in to save events, answered every call, and shown nothing but professionalism was met with skepticism rather than backing. Fans are drawing parallels to past situations. Francis Ngannou feeling undervalued. Jon Jones stepping away from what could have been the division's defining fight, and a long list of tense relationships between the UFC and its heavyweight stars. Suddenly, Tom Aspinall, the one fighter known for consistency and loyalty, is being grouped into that same pattern by observers who believe history may be repeating itself. Meanwhile, online speculation has spiraled out of control. Claims that the title will be taken away, that the injury was exaggerated, that the promotion has moved on. None of it is factual, but all of it is relentless. And with every rumor that spreads, the pressure on Dana White only increases. Because if medical evaluations are accurate, the UFC could be facing the loss of its most promising heavyweight champion in years. Not due to avoidance, but because he pushed through an injury no competitor should ever dismiss. That's where the real turning point lies. Aspinall is no longer staying silent. His patience has run thin, and his respect has boundaries. For the first time since claiming the heavyweight title, the public is seeing a different side of him. One unwilling to let his career be reshaped by voices that weren't inside the cage. He's responding, setting the record straight, and standing his ground. And when he returns to the octagon, it won't be about championships, bonuses, or rankings. It will be about clearing his name and putting an end to the most damaging narrative of his career. The champion isn't finished. He isn't pretending. And when he comes back, he won't be calm. He'll be motivated, focused, and ready to prove exactly who he is. On.